Well, good afternoon, West Ham fans. Russell, the West Ham Network. Hope you're safe and well. It's Hammers Headlines in association with the KUMB.com boys. Of course, no Julian Lopetegui press conference coverage today. Obviously, he's on compassionate leave. Obviously, passing his father in the last day or so, so he's over there. Although that will be apparently he's back tomorrow to do the press conference ahead of the game against Brighton, which just shows you what a top man he is, to be honest, because awful time for everyone involved in the Lopetegui. It's been a really shit couple of weeks for West Ham, really, isn't it? Obviously, you had the Antonio crash, you had Julian losing his family, Oscar sadly passing away, and a number of obviously West Ham fans also losing family members. But the stronger the furnace, the harder the iron, isn't it? But anyway, I thought, what should we do today? Let's bring back Russy Rumour ratings. We were less than a few weeks away from the transfer window opening for January, so we're bringing back the Russy Rumour ratings, the original Rumour rating. Don't forget to check out Nizam Brown for the latest news, reviews and opinions around all the transfer shenanigans over the next sort of 6 weeks or so. And also don't forget to check out the santaco.co.uk. Still time to get your letters from Father Christmas. The santaco.co.uk. West Ham Network viewers get a 30% discount at checkout using the coupon code West Ham Network, all one word. But anyway, let's crack into it and start talking some lovely transfer. Let's talk about Evan Ferguson, shall we? According to reports, West Ham are ahead of the queue for a loan spell for Evan in January. It's believed that Brighton wouldn't include any sort of buy clause within the loan. It would be a straight loan, a dry loan, not a wet loan or a moist loan, but a dry loan. And as I said, West Ham are apparently of the show, leading the race. The Seagulls don't want to cash in on the 20-year-old, so they're suggesting that any option to buy or obligation to buy as part of the loan deal is increasingly slim. Apparently, we're leading the race ahead of the likes of Southampton and Leicester. So there we go. So the old Russy Rumour rating. The original Rumour rating is Evan Ferguson 60%, 6 out of 10. It's going to be fascinating to see because there's no doubt we'll be bringing in a forward in January. But who it's going to be, I don't know. Could it be this man? If it's not going to be Evan, could it be this man? Hamza Igamane. Could it be Hamza Igamane, the 22-year-old Rangers starlet? According to TBR Football, West Ham are interested in the Rangers forward ahead of the January transfer window. One of several sides who have watched the Moroccan player during the season so far. He's been in good form, stunning form, some may say, for Philippe Clement's side, with 6 goals in all competitions, including 4 in the Europa League. Rangers teammate Leon Balogun says that Hamza reminds him of Didier Drogba and also has described him as a delightful character. So there we go. Given his impressive form and Rangers' disappointing season, it's no surprise that sides are looking at the potential of bringing Hamza into their side. Also, I think Rangers are struggling a bit for money as well. So it could be a really shrewd bit of business. The likes of Everton, Brentford and Newcastle are also interested in securing his services. So it could be a difficult task in West Ham's current form. However, there is a spot for him. You think with Newcastle, you've got Alexander Isak. He's very much the main man. There isn't really a main man at West Ham. Nicholas Füllkrug possibly, but maybe the thing is, Hamza is 5'11". He's a different type of player. Small, compact, quick. So it would be sort of a very different style of football than maybe if you're playing a Nicholas Füllkrug, for example. Everton, they've got DCL. Brentford, they could be, Eagles still out, I think, for them as well. So, but I think West Ham could be a suitable target for the Rangers forward. But we'll wait and see. Russy Rumour rating, the original rating gives him a Lamar. Gets Lamar 50-50. Well, about now, he's 50-50. Let's talk defenders. There's no doubt that we're interested in bringing in some bodies in that area, in all honesty. I think there's a few areas. Maybe we'll do a show later on, maybe next week. It's Christmas, isn't it? But maybe over Christmas period, about looking for our wish list. What could Santa Sullivan bring us in terms of, or Santa Steiden, more like it, Santa Steiden. What could he bring in the January transfer window? And I think one of each position, really, in terms of forward, a midfielder, and a defender, maybe even two defenders, to be honest. And could it be the current Man United Swedish international centre-half Victor Lindelof? Now, according to a report from Court Offside, it states that Lindelof could be on his way out of Old Trafford in January transfer window, and there's a number of Premier League and Serie A sides interested in his signature, West Ham being one of them. And because his contract is due to expire in the summer, he could be available at a cut price deal. And that's the MO, of sort of Tim's sort of bargain hunting, so to speak, is to look for players who are coming to the end of their contract because, someone like Lindelof, yes, he's 30, but he could only command maybe a fee of maybe less than 10 million euros potentially, as even that maybe 7 or 8 million euros, maybe it's about 5 to 7 million quid, and that could tempt West Ham as well as the likes of Newcastle, who have shown interest in him, and Everton as well. We know that for me, all of those teams need squad depth, particularly West Ham. As I said, we've got a great squad, but all it takes is one or two players to get injured, and we look a lot lighter than we think we are. So, for example, on Monday, Todibo, as I call him, not Todibo, because he had a toe injury. Todibo, him being out, then brings in Mavropanos, and then we've only really got Kalen Casey as our only recognised centre half. Yes, we could play Soufal in a back three. Yes, we could play Cresswell in a back three. But in terms of recognised centre halves, we've got 4, but then only one. Once one's out, we've then got 3, and if another one got out, that we wouldn't really have anyone else really. Potentially, you could have Ezra Mayers maybe from the academy move up, but that really is it, to be honest. So we need 4 recognised centre halves. So bringing in someone like Lindelof maybe could be a useful one to compete with that sort of 2 starting berth in terms of centre half positions. Very much would be a third or fourth choice, probably third choice above Mavropanos, but we would have some cover there for sure. But there are a number of clubs, and I don't know whether he would come to a side where he probably won't command a first team. Would he command a first team slot? I don't think so. Not a starting slot. He would be third choice, I think, under Max and Jean-Claire. So that's why I don't think it's less likely. I've put it at 40% because he could be cheap, like the budgie. But whether he would come is another thing. I imagine he'll be on big wages as well, with that type of, obviously, Man United on his CV. Another we've spoken about forwards, strong defenders, midfield. Now, midfield is an area I think we really need to look at. We need some dynamism. We need some pace. We need some energy in that midfield. I just don't think. I think that's an area we're really lacking, particularly if we're led to be believed that Guerrero Rodriguez could be moving on. In terms of going back to La Liga, could we be going to La Liga to bring one in potentially? According to reports, we are interested in the Real Sociedad attacking midfielder Bres Mendes, the 27-year-old Spaniard, 340 career appearances, 52 goals, all in La Liga and La Segunda Divisione. And apparently he is, Julian Lopetegui is a fan of the midfielder. The 27-year-old, he's sort of like, height-wise, he's 6'2". To be honest, he reminds me a lot of Andy Irving, to be honest. We've already got Andy Irving, so do we need another one? I don't know. But they, according to the report in Vajidas, it reports that Real Sociedad have decided about selling their prize midfielder. They need the money. And obviously, the reason why I think this could be a goer is we do have open line of communication with them, particularly with our Moroccan international defender, one of La Liga's top defenders so far this season, Naya Faged. So there could be a deal to be done there potentially. The reporting for Chitas says that Bres Mendes, an undisputed figure at Real Sociedad, could be living his last months in San Sebastian, with West Ham, managed by Julian Lopetegui, has set its sights on the talented midfielder as a priority for the upcoming winter transfer. Now, he's fast, very quick, 27. He's got good height, 6'2" as well. But apparently it's around 40 million euros is his price tag. But it could mean potentially a swap deal, maybe with someone like Naif, and maybe money going one way or the other. I don't know. He has been likened to a sort of a good Bruno Fernandes. That's the type of player he is. If you watch his highlight reels, or if you know La Liga football, he's a good player. He's a tricky player. He's an exciting player. And I think there's a good possibility of us maybe having a vested interest in him. So the Russy Rumour rating, the original Rumour rating, gives this a Lamar, a 50-50, because I can see definitely a lot of boxes ticked for him, but that price tag, and unless there's some negotiation, Real Sociedad, I think, to be honest, our budget, or what budget we have available for January, I do not know. But I think a majority of that is going to go to the forward line. Now, he's an attacking midfielder, yes, but he's more of the sort of 10, sort of an attacking 8-10 role, which we do have quite a few at the moment. But maybe with Guido going, and the ability maybe to push someone like Paqueta back into a more of an 8 role, allowing someone like Brez to be that 10 role. Obviously, that does put into question Kudus and stuff like that. But I'd rather have that as a problem afterwards. How we fit these players in, rather than we need players to fit in this position. So that's why I put 50-50. That's why I've given them a Lamar. And that is it, my friends. Thank you very much for your time. As per usual, don't forget to check out neesamumbrand.com for latest news, reviews, and opiniones. And don't forget to check out thesantaco.co.uk for your little letters to your loved ones, the little boys and girls. Are they on the naughty list or the nice list? They get a certificate to show it what one they're on. They're probably all on the nice list, to be honest. And next day delivery as well. So you can get that within 2 days or whatever as well. You can pay for different types of delivery, so you can get it well before Christmas. Nice thing to get for Christmas Eve, isn't it? Yeah. Get on for Christmas Eve. Anyway, until that time, take care, stay safe, stay warm, stay humble, keep the faith, and come on, you bloody, bloody, bloody irons. Much love. Laters potatoes.